Barbara, welcome, and
Okay.
over to you.
Merci beaucoup, Stéphanie. Merci beaucoup, Mary. My name is Barbara, and I'm going to have really the pleasure to introduce you to TFO. TFO, la télévision française de l'Ontario, the French television of Ontario, and it's educative platforms that come with it. So, as I said, my name is Barbara. I am a specialist for FSL, and I'd be really very happy to introduce you to the wonderful resources that we have in French, obviously. So, let me share my screen with you, because obviously this is what's going to be the most interesting, which is this. Here we go. So just for your information, I am in France at the moment, and as I was telling Stephanie, when I'm in France, my French becomes stronger, and so is my accent, and my English becomes like more French. So please bear with me. I hope that you will understand, or that I'm going to be clear enough in English so that you'll be able to follow this presentation. So IDÉLLO, Lunch and Learn, we are in June 2025. And this year, we are very pleased because we have been able to enjoy really, how am I going to hide that? Sorry. To be able to produce new resources specially created for FSL. So how does it work? We work very closely with the Ministry of Education. We are actually a Crown agency. And what we do, we create projects. The Ministry of Education say, yes, let's do this. And we are doing this, and we share all of these wonderful resources with either Francophone or the one who are learning French, including teachers, students, and parents. So the good news is it is free. You will have access to IDÉLLO, Bookily, and Apprendre à la maison. It's absolutely free. This is a great news. However, for IDÉLLO and Bookily, you will need to open an account. It's not like YouTube where you just click in and you go in. No, those are protected platforms because children have access to it. So, and then our resources are copyrights. Okay, so you need to open an account. How to open an account for IDÉLLO? You will contact us. So you see this page, you are going to receive this presentation. If you click on the button up right, it shows you what is interactive. So you see here, you just have to click on this purple button at the bottom of IDÉLLO, and you just have the link directly to IDÉLLO where you put your email address, and with that, we will open an account for you. Okay, so this is IDÉLLO, a huge platform with about 15,000 resources, video, as well as pedagogical tools. See, my French is taking over. However, I have to say, we don't have yet pedagogical tools for parents, but it's coming. It's coming. We are working on it. Bookily, this is a reading platform. So this is more for children, I would say from kindergarten up to year three or year four. You have about 138 books. It's absolutely beautiful. And TFO, Apprendre à la maison, which is also a platform. So for this one, you can enter freely. For this one, you have all the, how can I say, the curriculum of Ontario, but I'm going to show it to you later on. So let's go to IDÉLLO. So this is not IDÉLLO. This is some kind of a filter that we have done in order to make things a bit easier for the one for the users. To go to IDÉLLO, very simply, look, I'm just going to type in IDÉLLO. That's it. IDÉLLO Accueil. And I'm going to go straight into my account. So once you will have sent us your email and just a sentence saying, could you please open an account for us? This is just the way it's going to work. You will just go to IDÉLLO, click, and then you are going to be in your own account. Okay? So this is the first page. Bienvenue, and you will know that you are in your account when you see bienvenue and then your first name. This is very important because this is showing that you are in your own account. If you don't see bienvenue and your name, that means that you are in the free session, and the free session doesn't have all the resources included. So this is very, very important that you realize, okay, I am in my own account. You can go here, you see at the very top, I can go into the platform in English. So the shell of the platform is in English. It's not in French, it's in English. And here you see explore resources. Welcome, Barbara. And here you have the grades. So the cover page, you are just going to see what is either what's new or what it's linked with the Heritage Months or what we want to push forward. So this is the first page, okay? Now you are interested in resource 4. I'm just going to take like grade 4. Just click on grade 4. And here we have, as you can see, 4,546 results, only for grade 4. Now, if I take away the filter, you see here, that's the filter on the left, we have as a total 14,565 results. So this is to show you how big, how, I would say, how full the platform is with resources in French. So you can use on the left, you have all the filters, the levels with elementary, secondary. You see here, if I click on the arrow, you have all the grades. You have the subjects, the skills, the themes, and French levels. So be very, very careful. The levels here, I would say they don't really mean it's not the level in French, okay? Because in Canada, as you know, there are different tracks. You can have immersion, you can have core French, and the level of French can be very different from one school boards or from one school to another, one neighborhood to another, one teacher to another. So in terms of levels, take into consideration just the level of interest. If I click here, grade 4, that doesn't mean that these resources have been built to actually fit the grade 4 classroom. It's just that in grade 4, the students have a certain age, and these resources are interesting for them. In terms of French level, and this is a bit more complicated because now we are getting into what we call the CFR level in English. Those are the real level, French levels. So A1, which is like very beginners, A2, which is the students are able to make short sentences and to understand, I would say, basic French, then independent user and proficient user. I would say kindergarten, year 1, year 2, you may be in A1, around grade 3, grade 4, 5, 6, depending on, you may be in A2, and secondary is going to be mainly in B1. So this is just to show you a little bit. If there are any questions, maybe, I don't know, maybe Stephanie or Mary, can you interrupt me? and tell me if there are questions.
Hi, Barbara. A question about, again, how to join in and to create an account to be able to
Okay,
access IDÉLLO.
sure.
Someone who just joined it a bit later, if you wanted to confirm again and again.
Absolutely. So you will have the link of this presentation. And if I click at the top right, you see here, it shows you the links that you are going to use and that are very important. So if you look at IDÉLLO at the bottom, contact us in order to open a free account. You will just have to click on that, and it's going to send you to the page where you can ask us to open an account. Okay, now it's searching a little bit. I knew that would take a little bit of time. This is why I didn't click. I was trying to cheat, but okay. I thought, let's do this. So see, it's searching. Voilà, here we go. Donc, contactez-nous. I can put it in English if you prefer. It's going to take a few seconds again. I'm in France, so maybe this is why they know I am in some kind of a half holiday, so it's taking a bit more time. Voilà, contact us. So what you just do, you put in your first name, last name, business email address, and a short message. I am a parent. Could you please open an account for us? And that will be it. Okay? I see somebody else raising hands.
I see a question, Barbara, about is it one account per family, or should there be, if there are multiple children, a different account created?
You can use only one account unless you want to use IDÉLLO. No, you can use IDÉLLO at the same time. What am I talking about? No, one account by family is more than enough, definitely, because you can use the same account at the same time.
There's another question, if I can add, about a parent whose daughter started middle French immersion in grade 4 and is
Mhm,
now in grade 6.
mhm.
Which grade level would you recommend for her? She's in grade
In
6.
in IDÉLLO,
Started- Oh, wait.
in IDÉLLO, well, you see, um, I am a parent myself, and I totally understand that you want to, how can I say, you want to be as accurate as possible. But the way the videos are actually tagged, it's not one video, one level. Is that because you have the visual support, the students of different age can watch the same video. You know what I mean? It's not because you are in grade 6 that you have to click grade 6, and that you cannot have a look at the other video. If I take, let's say, I'm going to take, I don't want to take one that is expiring soon here. I'm going to take this video capture. It's a very brand new video. Look, you see on the right levels 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so you are never going to find one video with one grade. Never. Because, well, a student may understand 60% of it. Fantastic. Is still going to understand what it's talking about. Another one is going to understand 80% of it. Great. The most important is that students are exposed to the listening of French. That's the most important. And what is great in IDÉLLO is that you are going to have Franco-Ontarien, you are going to hear Québécois, but you are going to hear also French from France, just like me. So you have a great variety of genre of French, and videos from the maternelle to the secondary and university for all subjects, which makes it even more interesting. Okay. Any question? Did I understand? Did I answer your question properly?
I believe so. Thank you, Barbara.
You're very welcome. So now, because we are here with a video, let's just see a tiny bit of functionality. So on the right, you can see levels, subjects. So this is elementary grade 4 to 6. So that is going to be interesting for grade from 4 to 6. The subject, social studies, history, geography, heritage, identity, people and environment, French. Skills, global citizenship. Theme, Canada, intercultural understanding, Francophonie. So here you have a summary. So as I said, this is in English because I clicked top right. You see, you can decide to have the shell of the platform either in English or in French. And as for the rest, as you can see, you have, because this is a series, Capsule is a series, you have all the other episodes. Yeah. You may have different seasons as well. As you can see here, season 1, I can go to season 2 and apply. Here we go. Okay. And to play the video, simply click play. You can make it big screen.
Je m'appelle Imran, je viens du Maroc, ça fait 2 ans et demi que je suis au Canada.
Alors, what is interesting is the fact that you can put the subtitles on.
J'habite à Saint-Isidore, au nord-est du Nouveau-Brunswick.
En plus de te faire découvrir son école,
35 divisé par 7.
5. Imran va t'apprendre comment fléchir tes muscles, des mots acadiens.
So, I'm working on the functionalities with you. Huh? Another functionality that can be really interesting, I made the screen slightly smaller. If you go into the settings, you can also slow down the video. That can be sometimes necessary for the students, for the teacher teaching the students, or for the parents as well. So this is something that is really used. Something else that is available are actually the transcription videos. I clicked on the small wall here, and then here, look at that, I have all the text. So this is very often used by teachers in order to see, I see a heart. So it's very practical when you want to visualize paragraphs. You know, when you have a video that is longer than even 3 minutes, and if you are really working as a teacher or as a parent near to your kid, sometimes it's very good to work with a paragraph. Or you can decide, okay, this is like a nice moment in French that my my kid wants to have, just have it. But this functionality is actually good. And you can also so copy and paste. Yeah. So those are some functionalities that you may have. Something also very interesting is that once you found or the user found something that they like, they can put the video into a bookmark. So you see here next to my small picture, bookmarks, you just click on it. Here we go. And I can create a folder. So for instance, if I'm saying, okay, les études sociales, social studies, it can be whatever. If you have a big family and you want to make a list for one child, another list for another child, you are absolutely free to do whatever you want. So I created my list, social studies. Now, oops, I shouldn't have done it like that, but never mind. I can go back to my video and look at that. At the bottom of the video, you have a star. So you can click on the star and you see social studies. I'm going to drop my video in it and I'm going to click on add. Now, this video has been put into my bookmarks. And believe me, when you have 15,000 resources, you don't want to spend time looking for what you know is liked. Okay, so you can see here, social studies, you can see my video that is here. What is also quite interesting is that you can share your favorite with somebody else. Like you have friends, you have other families that are friends with you. You can just send them the link if they have an account with IDÉLLO, and you can share between each other your favorite resources. Okay, any questions? Is everybody okay?
Barbara, I see there is a question, a specific question, maybe that relates to the search feature on IDÉLLO. A parent who's interested in finding out about resources suitable to support uh, learning verbs or more like grammar, obviously, and verbs.
Fantastic. Great. It goes exactly with where I wanted to go. Which grade?
Grade 2.
Grade 2. Ooh, verbs in grade 2. Let's see if we have that. So grade 2, you see, levels, grade 2, I click, and then I'm going to write, because I can also search like that, grammar. Well, it seems that for grade 2, we don't have anything with grammar yet. So I'm going to start with verb. Okay, so that is much better. Ah, mais je sais pourquoi. Okay, verb. So you have about 404 results, which is a lot. We can take, for instance, les fondamentaux. It's one of the good one that is very, very used. Voilà, ici. Identifier les variations d'un même verbe. Identify variations of the same verb.
Oh là là, tu n'as pas l'air très en forme.
Normal. Hier, il a mangé trop de gâteaux.
Il ne mange rien aujourd'hui.
Ne t'inquiète pas, il mangera mieux demain.
Alors, I am going to be very honest with you because of how rich the platform is. You may have to spend a little bit of time to look for things. Me personally, I think that this video is much too difficult for a grade 2, a student who is learning French. It's much too difficult, but I know it because I know the platform. Okay, so what I would do, I would go more into this one, conjuguer les verbes danser au présent. Conjugate the verbs to dance, present. Regardez.
Hey! Je danse!
Tu danses?
Ouais. Oh! Elle danse! Nous dansons!
Wouh!
Voilà, so we have things like that. What did I do?
Vous dansez?
Oui.
Il danse.
And in order to be even a little bit more precise, what I can do, you see, I write verb, and I would go into series, because here you can decide to look for videos or to look for series. And I would say the grammar series are supposed to appear here. Verbe, où je vais taper grammaire. No, verb is the best, definitely. That's definitely the best. So yes, because it's very, very, very rich, you will have to do some research. Here, for instance, you have past, present, future. Here, it's only the future. Here is it imparfait. Here is from the series Conjugons, from the series Mini TFO. Conjugons. Let's see what happens if I do series here. So you see here we have different pages, previous one. So this is how you make some research. For instance, if I'm looking at nourriture ou aliment, or let's say food, here. Voilà, food for grade 2. All of this has somewhere in English, you have recipe. In my plate, On fait ensemble has a lot of recipe. Mini TFO, what is good for you, etc., etc. So we are very aware that the platform is extremely rich with videos. So this is why I have prepared for you something that may help you a little bit more, especially for French as a second language. And all the links are in the presentation that I'm going to share with you. But because I'm right here, I would like also to show you this. You see, under 438 results, you can read, it's a bit small, digital books, educational sequences, teaching tools, podcasts, series, thematic folders, and videos. If I click, so first I'm going to reset the filter. Voilà. So look at that. I'm going to click on digital books. I have 62 digital books. Now, I can go into levels and say, okay, books for, let's say, grade 7. Now I have 4. Okay, so you see, you can pile up the different filters. I can decide now to have what we call educational sequences. So here, we call it parcours in French. Here, you are going to see pedagogical tools that are used by teachers. I would recommend you to go and have a look, though, because especially if you speak a little bit of French, because it's not only watching a video, it's also watching a video and try to go a little bit further with questions. But we don't have anything to print. Those are not printable. And if there are questions, you don't have the answers. Those would be called activities for students. And we don't do that yet. Okay? So educational sequences, usually it's around a theme. You see this one, for instance, 1, 2, 3, en action pour l'environnement. So if I click on it, it's taking a bit of time. Here we go. So it has activities here, learning goals. And if you click, for instance, on the first one, it's always linked with 2 or 3 videos. So it's showing you the level, CFR, CECR in French level. And unfortunately, at the moment, all the explanation, the pedagogical explanation is made in French, not in English, because French teachers are reading French, and those pedagogical tools were not made for parents. As I said before, we are working on creating pedagogical tools for parents, but at the moment, this is what you are going to find. Okay, so those are called educational sequences. We also have what we call teaching tools. So the teaching tools are linked directly with one video. You have one video, one teaching tool that is directly linked to a video. We have podcasts, we have series, thematic folder, for instance here, culture autochtone, so indigenous perspectives or cultures from 7th to 12th year, parcours d'immigration, codage, estime, les fiertés, construction identitaire. So those are what we call the thematic folders. And then you have the videos. Okay? So a lot of things, and perhaps at the beginning, a little bit of research. But, and this is the big but, this is the good news. This is what I'm going to share with you. So let's start. Dossier curriculum. Dossier curriculum, what is it? Those are the subjects. So science, arts, social studies, health, core French or French by theme. And this one is for the beginners. This is actually quite interesting because if I click, for instance, on social studies, we have taken the curriculum of Ontario and we have linked resources that are on link with the curriculum. So if your child is in grade 2, so this one from first year up to 8th year. So your child is in year 2. I click on year 2, and this is the curriculum of Ontario. Domaine A, domaine B, patrimoine et identité, communauté et environnement. I'm going to click on 2, and then here you have all the resources that we have that are linked with the curriculum. Okay, and then what you can do, just simply click on the link, and this is going to send you back into IDÉLLO. Here, Charlie visite un powwow. As you can see, Charlie, la sagesse de l'aîné, la danse des hommes, la danse des femmes, la nourriture. So that is very, very helpful. And at least you know that what your child is actually going to look at, well, it's linked with the curriculum. Same thing with science and technology. Here we have le français par thématique. And obviously it's not working, but I'm going to go around. Here, les thématiques, so the themes are very classic. You are going to see very, very classic. Family, school, activities, body, food. So here, what did I do? I actually took a selection of resources that I know are very, very, very much used for FSL. And instead of, if you type, for instance, food in IDÉLLO, you saw that it was like, I don't know how many hundreds of things that came out. Well, because I know IDÉLLO resources very well, I have selected a few that I know are very, very, very good for the French as a second language. So I can show you, for instance, la boîte à goûter. So when it's in yellow, the yellow is indigenous perspective. Okay, so here, for instance, l'alimentation, la bannique, ou la cuisine inuit, ou la nourriture au powwow. It's generally from easy to a little bit more difficult. Here we have la boîte à goûter. So je clique dessus. Voilà, la boîte à goûter, une banane et des raisins secs. Just show you a tiny, tiny bit.
Oh, hey, je commence à avoir faim, moi. Et je me sens un peu fatiguée.
Je pense que c'est le temps de la collation.
Oh, bonne idée!
José, qu'est-ce que tu as comme collation?
Moi, j'ai une banane. Et toi, Louis?
Moi, j'ai des raisins secs.
Voilà. Donc, we are going to explore every day a new bag, a new box. And every time we are going to discover new food. Les métiers, so the different jobs, the animals, the festival, Canada. So here you have the different provinces. If I click on Ontario, here, that's the cultural aspect. Chez nous au Canada, Sudbury, le Gros Saint en Ontario, au Canada avec Arabelle. Well, you have understood how it works. We try to make it a little bit more, I would say, practical. Si on regarde, if we look at the seasons, for instance, so here you have the different things about season. So I would say you can use it up to grade 3 or 4, definitely. This is something that that you can do. So those are very, very, very practical. Now, we also have what we call les dossiers thématiques. So one of those is indigenous perspective, les perspectives autochtones. And it's a tiny bit different in the way that we have found also some themes. So here, for instance, les séries incontournables. So those are the main series that we have. And then some themes, like for instance, le powwow, we're talking about powwow. So you see here, we see the lens, but we see also the level. And when you see I, it's for immersion. C is for core French. So in order to have access to the resources, you just click on the small plus here. And then again, you are being sent back straight away into IDÉLLO. Okay? For the older one, this is on this side, les femmes autochtones, la diversité, l'histoire, l'héritage autochtone, les pensionnats, boarding schools. Because as I said, we have really resources from kindergarten to much older. Pardon. So this is one of my favorite series, which is called Décoloniser l'histoire, decolonize history. So here we are going to talk about the boarding school, the sledge dogs, taxi crisis. So this is a series where we are going to talk about, well, the past, but in a different way, with a very authentic documents. Here we go. So you will find the same, pardon, with Au-delà du mois de l'histoire des Noirs, inclusion, diversité, pluriculturalité. Ah, okay. And then we have, you see here with the heart, my favorite. So they are my favorite, but I know by experience that they are also very, very much used by teachers teaching French. So here you have maternelle, première à troisième, quatrième à sixième, septième à huitième, neuvième à douzième. Si je commence, if I start with maternelle, here you see we have chantons, let's sing with Lexi. In maternelle, lots of teaching goes through the singing, but also with the movement. For instance, you have comptine en mouvement, ou on bouge. So here we are going to play games, and while playing games, we are going to talk about the body, okay? Or you have, for instance, la série Es-tu prêt pour l'autonomie? You can, here, I'm going to show it to you because it's absolutely amazing. Here we go. La série Es-tu prêt? La voilà. 40 episodes. How to walk up the steps, how to cut, how to make a pizza, how to empty the rubbish, how to take a rest, how to get dressed, how to zip a zip, I don't know how you say, how to do laces. It's absolutely fantastic. And this is all about autonomy. So this is for the maternelle. Première à troisième, you have some others. For instance, Didou dessine. So here we are going to draw, but while we are drawing, we are going to listen because you are going to have a model. And obviously words are going to be used like, bonjour les amis, hello friends. Today we are going to draw a plane, un avion. So this is, it's very, very interesting. À toi d'innover, so this is more like art projects. So just by looking at our friends from MiniTFO, building up things, then the children can follow and even do the same thing. In this one, we are going to talk about family. So when you see a green point here, I have added myself some very small questions or activity ideas that you can apply with the video. OK? Chez nous au Canada, Charlie visite powwow, les copains, les activités de saison, les activités en extérieur, pardon, ma monnaie. So just click, for instance, on va essayer celui-là. Mon quartier, my neighborhood in Toronto. Just show it.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Sarah. Je suis née dans la plus grande ville du Canada, Toronto. À la maison, on parle anglais et portugais. À l'école, j'apprends le français. Je vais à l'école Pauline Junior Public School. 8 élèves sur 10 ont une langue maternelle qui n'est pas l'anglais. Je suis restée dans le même quartier depuis que je suis née.
Voilà. So, those are my absolute favorite for grade 1 to 3. And then I did the same, grade 4 to 6. This is, I would say, brand new, the one that you see in the middle. It's called Lecture en Action. And if what you are looking for are things to, I would say, to use during the summer, if you have children, they don't know what to do, well, they can use Lecture en Action because it's absolutely fantastic. It's about reading, but you also have like questions and you can guess. I just show you the first one. Lecture en Action, notre environnement, and it has been done according to the curriculum. Of course. So here you can listen. I'm going to try to make it a bit, if you can hear.
Lecture en action. Notre environnement. Comment en prendre soin? Par Anne-Marie Doyle. TFO.
So you see, you can read and listen at the same time.
Habiter dans un habitat. Les êtres vivants ont tous des besoins essentiels, comme avoir de la nourriture, de l'eau et un abri. Un habitat est un milieu naturel qui répond aux besoins essentiels des êtres vivants. Les habitats existent partout autour de nous. Il y a des forêts où habitent des renards.
Wow. And what is really interesting, if you look here, the parameters, the settings, you can change the voice. You can decide to have a voice with a French accent or with a French Canadian accent. You can also slow down the reading or make it faster. You can hide, for instance.
Lecture en action. Notre environnement.
Sorry, I pushed the wrong button. So you have all kinds of things that you can do. And there is a pedagogical tools. I always have problem with that word as well in order to go much, much further. So this is a déroulant. You can scroll down. Here we are talking about the habitat. It's in the curriculum, of course, for le castor. I don't know the name in English. The cardinal, the brown bear. And you have some activities like guessing. Qui suis-je? Je suis un petit être vivant. Who am I? Qui suis-je? And then here you have the answer. Right? So we have, I think it's 16 of these books. And it starts from year 4 until year the 12th grade. Le bouclier canadien, I'm going a bit fast because I'm always too slow. Here, les ressources, natural resources, déforestation, why? Think about the following questions. Questions, do you have ideas? I'm protecting the planet. Here there is always the indigenous perspective. À la découverte d'Autumn Pelletier. She's a young Canadian Anishinaabe. It's time to act. Did you know? Here, hands-on, I'm going to plant flowers. And that's the end. So you have about 12 of those and they are absolutely stunning. Really, I really recommend. So you just have to click here, year 4, year 5, and you have the direct link. If you want to find them straight into IDÉLLO, you just write lecture en action. Les voilà. And then livre numérique. So you see they are all here. They are all here. And if you want, again, élémentaire, if I click, for instance, year 8, there are 8 books. Stress, here, I feel good. Un coup de pouce sur la route de la francophonie. The food. Identity. And they all, if I click on identity, for instance, you have the pedagogical tool here. So one is for core French, the other one is for French immersion, and it's bilingual. You have one version in French and one version in English. So you are going to love it. And then I did the same. So we cannot look at everything, obviously. We would need hours. And this is for secondary. You have, if you click on ressources classées par domaine. So this, again, this is the curriculum. We have all of these videos that have been really like classified. If I take, for instance, history and society, voilà. So here you have resources that you can easily find. Here we go. So you just have to click here. And then you are again back into IDÉLLO. Okay. Do you have any questions? I think I'm taking too much time.
No, this is perfect, Barbara, and I didn't want to certainly interrupt you as you are walking us through this wealth of incredible IDÉLLO resources. One of the main questions is how does basically IDÉLLO and the resources available compare to other platforms like Apprendre à la Maison and Bookily? So how do you differentiate as a parent between the different platforms?
Well, that's a good question. That is not easy to answer, except that Bookily is definitely for reading. Okay, I'm going to show you Bookily. So Bookily, this is actually the books that we have developed that have activities. They have pedagogical activities for the students this time. And those are the only one that we have at the moment for the students. They are included in Bookily. In order to go to Bookily, again, quite easy. You just go to Google, you type in Bookily, Boukili, and you just open an account. I cannot show you how because every time I go straight into Bookily. But be careful in Bookily. If you are a teacher, because you are going to have the choice to click on I am a teacher or I am a parent. If you are a teacher, click on I am a teacher. Why? Because a teacher can have an unlimited number of students attached to them. If you are parents, I think it's up to 10 or 12 children in your family. So we have two different things. The books are exactly the same, but I've just emphasized if you are a teacher, don't click on I'm a parent, okay? So connect, and here, Bookily, it's like you offer to the students some kind of a trip. They start in Canada, and the more books they read, the further they are going to go. They are on a small plane, and they are going to go from Canada south to America, and then South America, like Mexico. Then I think they go to Costa Rica, etc. So they are going down, down, down. Then they are crossing, and they start with Europe, and that way they can do le tour du monde. They can go around the globe. And it's like they have a passport with different visas. So the more they read books, if they read 4 books, they can change country. And every time they're going to have access to activities. I'm going to show you. So here, for instance, here I am in my domain because I'm a teacher. If you are a parent, it's exactly the same. And as you can see, I have students. And what is great is that I can monitor the activities of either my children or my students. Okay, so I have my students. I can assign a book. I can say, okay, I would like you to read a book. So this is showing the list of assignments. And I can have a look at all the books. As I was saying, there are about, now it's 238. It's growing every month, we have more. So you have reading levels. They go from level 1 to level 6. If you want to learn more about the levels, you can see on the right here. You can click and we give you the levels information. It goes from the number of words per page to the kind of style that has been used, the words, the sentences, how many words in the sentence, which tense has been used, which ideas it's conveying. So it's pretty precise. So here you can assign a book, meaning you can ask your child or your students to read a book, but you can also look at the details. So I'm going to choose a level, for instance, level 1, the easiest, apply. So here I have 28 books for level 1. I
Would
can
you
take,
say,
for instance,
would you say, Barbara, sorry to interrupt, that Bookily is for younger learners, grade
would go from,
maternelle
yeah,
and up to
book,
grade
grade
4,
3, grade
grade
3, grade
3?
4. Yeah,
Perfect.
grade 3, grade 4. If I take, for instance, Charlie ou Madame Fritée mange, les détails here. So here I have all the details. You see the number of page, number of words. Read, just clicking on it. Madame Fritée mange. So here I can have a quick look. What is it? So it's level 1, 3 words per page. C'est le dîner. And then we see the clock. I have a raised hand. Oui, madame?
I'm trying to see who's perfect. We have questions indeed, and we have questions through our Q&A, and I do not see the raised hand.
I see Madame Naji. Iman Naji, raised hand.
Si vous voulez, if you want to open your mic and ask your questions directly, that's quite all right. I think we have about 5-10 minutes together, so please feel free. No, okay.
No? Okay. So level 1, as I was saying, 3 words per page. Here, what I'm looking at is actually the teacher version. So this is what the teacher...
J'avais pas la possibilité d'ouvrir le micro. C'est maintenant que le host, enfin, ils ont ouvert l'option. Merci beaucoup. Donc, ma petite remarque par rapport à ça, c'est que je suis une maman francophone, mais par contre, mon enfant a toujours été dans des garderies et des écoles anglophones. Et j'essayais de l'introduire au français et aux bouquins français à travers Bookily. Mais par contre, comme vous avez mentionné, les livres pour le niveau 1 commencent déjà avec 3 mots. Et c'est un petit peu difficile pour elle de lire ou de commencer avec les 3 mots. Est-ce que ça serait possible de voir un petit peu la possibilité de faire des livres d'un seul mot, une image et un mot? Comme ça, elle peut s'habituer un petit peu au langage français.
Alors, moi, je serais absolument d'accord, mais ça peut prendre beaucoup, beaucoup de temps. Vous savez, ce sont des plateformes qu'on développe, ça prend un temps fou. Par contre, moi, ce que je vous conseillerais, regardez,
Oui.
je retourne dans ma présentation, là, ici, et dans mes favoris pour la maternelle, regardez, et dans maternelle,
D'accord.
et là, on a l'alphabet avec Charlie. Alors, on a cette série, mais il y en a bien d'autres.
D'accord.
Les lettres à modeler. Mais si je prends par exemple l'alphabet avec Charlie, ben, à chaque fois, je vais apprendre un mot. Regardez.
Oh, parfait.
Avion. Donc là, on va apprendre le A. Bon, c'est animé, hein. Là, on va voir
D'accord.
ce qui arrive. Mais là, vraiment, on est au mot à mot avec, bien entendu, le mot qui est bien écrit, qui est répété et qui est animé, hein. Donc, parce que c'est quand même difficile de faire un livre avec un mot par page. Donc, voilà, vous avez cette possibilité-là qui est beaucoup plus, je dirais, rapide
D'accord.
qu'attendre que
Merci,
peut-être on puisse faire un niveau zéro.
merci beaucoup.
Pour le-
Par contre, au niveau des librairies, on trouve les cardboards, like le card books, les petits books pour les enfants âgés de 2 ans, 3 ans, juste avec une image et voilà, comme avion, escargot, etc. C'est une image, un mot par page.
Ouais,
Et voilà. Euh,
ouais.
je me demandais si possible. Mais sinon, merci beaucoup. D'accord. Donc, je vais
Oui,
essayer.
je vous en prie.
Merci beaucoup.
Je vous en prie. Ah, il y a quelqu'un
Barbara.
d'autre. Il y a
Oui, oui,
quelqu'un
il y a
d'autre qui
d'autres
avait levé.
questions, absolument. La différence ou spécifiquement euh, entre IDÉLLO et Mini TFO. Mini TFO,
Oui. Alors, mini TFO, c'est-à-dire que mini TFO, c'est un petit peu large. Mini TFO, c'est une production c'est produit par TFO pour les petits. Alors, dans IDÉLLO, on a des séries mini TFO. Pourquoi? Bah, parce qu'on s'est rendu compte qu'elles sont excellentes pour l'enseignement, pour l'apprentissage.
super.
Regardez, là, je retourne dans IDÉLLO, hein, et je vais tout simplement taper mini TFO. Alors, mini TFO, si vous allez sur le site TFO, vous pouvez aussi trouver des vidéos mini TFO. Là, vous voyez des chansons à thème, boîte à surprise, les couleurs. On a 214 résultats. Donc, quand on pense que euh, on peut utiliser Mini TFO pour l'apprentissage. Là, vous voyez par exemple, je l'ai mis dans mes favoris aussi, hein, l'écriture des lettres. Ou Mini TFO, on va compter. Mini TFO et les enfants, on va parler de la famille, les comptines, les mots. Madame me parlait de mots. Regardez ici, par exemple, raquette. Là, vous voyez 10 épisodes. Donc, quand c'est vraiment utilisable pour l'éducation et l'apprentissage, ça va se retrouver dans IDÉLLO. Oh, and I just realized I'm speaking French again. Oops.
It's part of our immersion and being together today. Thank you so much, Barbara. Just again to clarify that all these wonderful resources and this presentation will be shared with everyone, and that also they're available on all digital platforms, meaning if you have an iPad, etc., definitely you can create an account and your child can use an iPad in order to access the resources, correct?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Super.
And what is wonderful is if you are a teacher, I don't know if there are teachers among you, but if you are a teacher, you can uh, you can open an account for your student very easily, very, very easily. It takes like literally 2 seconds. And your student, they can use Bookily at home. And you can see if they have read the book that you have asked them to read and in how long, and if they have validated some quiz. Because here you see, for instance, now I am in my classroom. I am registered as teacher. So all of these, you see these small raccoons, they are actually my students. If I go and see here, so here now I clicked on Anthony. Now this is, if I was Anthony, this is what I would see, because I wanted to show you what do children see. So Anthony has read quite a bit. He's already in Cuba. He has here books that have been kind of allocated to him. And let's take a book. Oh, these are going to be long to read because I think he's in level 6. Let's go to another. Let's go to another one. Here, let's go to see Barbara. I think she's in level 1. Here we go. Oh no, she's also in Cuba. Okay. So here, for instance, le chaton ou la famille de Lulu. So this is what the child is going to see. He can choose different reading modes. Solo, narration, so he's going to listen only. Recording, the students can record themselves and the teachers will be able to listen to the recording. Okay, so I'm going to choose solo. And this is what the child can see. They can read, but they can listen at the same time by clicking on the ear.
La famille de Lulu.
So let's see. Voici.
Voici la famille de Lulu.
C'est son papa, Léo. So everything can be heard. Le papa de Lulu est grand. Le voilà, il est grand. Il a des lunettes bleues. Le papa de Lulu est artiste. Il dessine des visages. Je vais un peu vite. Hein. Bleu est la couleur favorite de Léo. Voici le visage de Lulu. I think this is level 3. Voici la maman de Lulu. C'est sa maman, Lola. Je passe. I'm going a bit fast. This is level 3. And at the end, answer the quiz. So there is a small quiz to validate the reading. So questions. Que dessine le papa de Lulu? We can also listen to the question.
Que dessine le papa de Lulu?
And then we have different alternatives. Lunettes, visage, des artistes. You can listen.
Des lunettes, des visages, des artistes.
And because I went very far, I don't remember what le papa de Lulu is drawing. Does somebody remember? I'm going to click lunettes. Non, c'est pas les lunettes. C'était des visages. Voilà. Next question. Quel genre de danse la maman de Lulu pratique-t-elle? Le ballet, le hip-hop, le jazz? Est-ce que c'est le ballet? Oui, c'est bien le ballet. Dans quel mot entends-tu le son I ou le? Excusez-moi, non, je crois que c'est le. J'ai besoin de lunettes. Dans lila. Oui, c'est bien.
Lila.
Et voilà. So my quiz has been validated. I can decide to read the book again or to go and see where am I with my trips. And then you can see all the activities. But this is really like an incentive, you know, for the students because it's like, yeah, I am now in another level. And for instance, we have the small raccoon here. If I read more books, I'm going to have more clothes for him and accessories to put on. They love that, you know. Here I'm changing my avatar. They can have some small activities like memory game. Here, so you see, I started from Canada, United States, Mexico, Brazil, Peru, Cuba, and now I am trying to get to the next levels. So this is a great incentive to learn how to read. And then finally, because I don't want to take too much of your time, go and have a look to TFO, Apprendre à la maison. This is free and you don't even need to open an account. TFO, Apprendre à la maison. You can click on English to have, again, the shell in English if you want to. However, the thing is, all the description of the activities are going to be in French. But what is good is that you have different activities by grade and subject. For instance, grade 4, I'm clicking here. French, social studies, health, mathematics, arts, science and technology, English. Be careful, though, it has not been made for FSL. It is the curriculum of Ontario. As you know, immersion and Francophone, French curriculum are the same, except the theme of being Franco-French Ontarian, okay? The Anglophone are going to have to understand the meaning of la francophonie, what it is, what it represents, the history of it, but they don't go so deep into it with the identity of the cultural identity of being a French Ontarian. Otherwise, the curriculums are exactly the same. So that can be helpful as well. You just have to click grade 4, science and technology, and then you are going to have different activities. Okay? Voilà. Am I late?
No, we could listen. I could listen to you and learn so much more, and thank you so much, Barbara, for walking us through this incredible, set of resources that seems to be always evolving, obviously, and something for all ages, all level. Um, it's just absolutely incredible. I'm a little bit speechless. So thank you. Thank you, everyone. All the questions that haven't been answered have been recorded, Barbara, also, so you know, and we will make sure that some parents have generously offered various suggestions, and there was a bit of a internal chat happening between different parents, just helping each other also and communicating directly. So please, this presentation, sorry, will be forwarded to you. Barbara also will be able to answer all the questions that haven't been answered directly. And I just wanted to say thank you again. We are so delighted of this incredible partnership with TFO. And again, the expansion of all these incredible resources now available to parents as well. So thank you all for joining us this afternoon. And
thank
until
you.
next, yes.
Lots of hearts.